Plastics SA is the umbrella body for the plastics industry. So we represent the full value chain of the industry, from raw material producers, importers, right through to the recyclers. We're a non-profit company. We're a federation of associations, so our focus is really to look at the industry, to have a dynamic, sustainable industry in South Africa. So what Plastics SA do is we have a number of functions that we perform. One of them is technical training, so we provide accredited training qualifications for the plastics industry. So it really varies from learnership skills programs, entry level 2 to 5. We have an apprenticeship that's been recently put in place, and we're now starting to start enrolling learners for the apprenticeship. We also do a lot of technical work, so that requires us to, it's about standards, it's about imports and export statistics, it's dealing with government on various issues, but we also do technical work around information that we provide to the industry, assisting with technical issues that they might have on the floor. And also a big chunk of what we do is the technical research in terms of the industry numbers, the stats, the recycling numbers, and how well the industry is performing in terms of overall tons converted and recycled at the end of the day. We also have a sustainability function where we focus on river catchment areas, where we do all sorts of things within these projects, like infrastructure development. Education awareness is a big part of that. We do a lot of cleanups and awareness campaigns, things like river booms and so on. We involved with that as well. And then we have also around the technical side, just to go back to that quickly, we deal with knowledge and information. So we're creating a hub where all sorts of research and information can be available for people to access. And then we have the communication side, mainly projecting the voice of the industry and engage around typical topics and sometimes critical topics that's around. And then also the voice between industry and government, so there's a lot of engagements with government, both on a national level, provincial level and a local level as well. We're not a typical stand where we're trying to sell our products and things. So for us it's more networking, meeting industry people again. Some of them we haven't seen for a long time. So it's good to meet again, to foster those or rekindle those sort of relationships, and also to build new ones. There's a lot of new people on the show that we've seen, so it's good to meet them as well. Obviously we have a stand, as you can see we share it with some of the PROs as well. And the idea is really for people to come in and talk to us, ask the questions, and in that we will promote the training and the other services that we offer. We're not directly impacting on business in the sense that we can tell them what to do, so we have to advise them. We provide technical support, we provide a lot of statistics. In that also looking at what's the trends in the market, what's happening in South Africa, what's happening around the economy, and where's the opportunities. So also part of what we provide the service in terms of export opportunities, help companies to become export ready. We working with government around that, where they have export passports and things, so programs that they help companies to develop those skills. But it's also looking and guiding in terms of international standards and trends that's been changing, to what extent it will impact on South Africa, and what the local manufacturers need to consider into when they are looking at exporting products into Africa. A typical example is that in Europe we need to have 30% recycled content by 2030 in all the citrus and things that we export. So how do companies gear up and how do they prepare for those sort of things? So it's really a service that we provide. It depends on what's the need. Technical sustainability, we do involve and engage around that. Sustainability work, there's a lot that we do around projects. We initiate projects. We'll get the role players together to get involved and to help with that. That will include your communities and the municipalities, and through that then create practical things on the floor. We've just started with the 2024 statistics to develop that or to collect that and analyze that for the industry. But maybe two projects that we're quite involved with at the moment, very much on the ground level. The one deals with the reuse of plastic products, mainly focusing on secondary packaging products, where we now have gone through a process inviting participants and companies to provide us with possible projects. It is internationally funded, and we now selected one where we will work in Alexandria in a refill process to have the containers returnable and reusable, so that we can ensure that it doesn't end up in the landfill and make sure it's been reused. The other project also linked up to the circular economy and the work that we do around the circular economy is around waste management. We're working in Bushbuck Ridge. We just started a project beginning of February. We're busy with a baseline study and a feasibility study. Working with the community, working again with the municipality, is to develop a Africanized separation at source process, have all the waste collected. That will be all the waste, packaging waste streams will go to one place where we will then get people to sort it. So it will narrow the value chain to some extent. But the benefit is that in that area we will create enterprises, create new jobs, predominantly focus on women and youth. So it will be sorted. It's easier then to get the message through of what we want. It will even mean that small sweet wrappers and chips packets that is 100% recyclable but it's not collected because people perceive it as no value. Because it's in one place, it will be collected with the other materials and be recycled. So around it, what's the beneficiation is that you will create a baling machine or put up a baling machine that will bale paper, will bale cans and plastics and so on. So it's multi-purpose, multi-use of the same equipment. Polystyrene, for example, we have a big need for polystyrene. Your meat trays, your clean packaging around white goods and things to come back, because we use that either to create picture frames and things like that again, or to make put it into bricks. You can build houses which is then already insulated with polystyrene, which is a good insulator for that. So the whole idea is that we bring it together and it gets sorted. What's then left, you need to look at, make it maybe paving bricks, roof tiles. So it depends on what's left. You can beneficiate that. Again, what is the needs of the community and how do you develop them products for that. So there might be new developments in terms of end of life that we need to do. But because it's a smaller concept, you can have a much better sorting rate. So we move away from picking waste to sorting, because that's what we need. And therefore your material will be cleaner, not contaminated with organic waste. And what the recyclers will get, the reprocessors to recycle at the end of the day, will be much cleaner and better value at the end of the day. Still, if there's anything left, maybe we need to look at a scaled down pyrolysis plant or incinerator to provide energy for the beneficiation centre. So in theory, circular economy and in practice, with no waste going to landfill. So what we're busy doing is developing the blueprint, developing a proof of concept, and hopefully we can roll that out to the rest of South Africa and into Africa at the end of the day.